Hey sightseers, Sightseeing Sally here and Miss Mabel. We're on our way west on another adventure. We're actually going to be hooking up with Miss Scientific later on. But before we do that, I wanted to show you this town here on the Chippewa River. Known as Chippewa Falls, this large town, small city, whatever you want to call it, isn't no ordinary town. Instead, a local beer has made it popular among beer connoisseurs across the world. Now, a lot of people, when they think of beer in Wisconsin, they automatically think of Milwaukee. You know, because Miller Brewing Company originated in Milwaukee. Plus the hit show Laverne and Shirley, where the two main characters worked in a brewery and was set in Milwaukee. But as a Wisconsinite, I'd be remiss if I didn't bring this little piece of brewery history to you. That's right, if you've ever drank a Leinenkugel's beer, then you've drank a beer that originates from this town. Started in 1867 by Jacob Leinenkugel, a German immigrant with family heritage in the art of beer making. Leinenkugel's brewery survived Prohibition and continues to brew beer under the Leinenkugel name today. We'll take a drive over to the Leinenkugel's brewery here shortly, but first I wanted to show you around the downtown area of Chippewa Falls. Now, one of the things that sets Chippewa Falls apart from other towns in the Midwest, aside from the part where they're famous from their beer, is that they've done a really good job keeping their downtown alive and prospering in the old buildings that grace its streets. And everywhere you look, you've got these old red brick buildings from built, I don't know, early 1900s. Correction, some of these were built in the late 1800s. If you look up above on this building here, you can see that it says Physicians Block. And then directly across the street is this building, the BPOE, that's apartments and a jewelry store. By the way, BPOE stands for the Benevolent and Protective Order of Elks. In other words, this used to be the old Elks Lodge here in Chippewa Falls. And with a quick Google search, I found out that it later became a hotel called Hotel Northern, which apparently was the subject of some controversy back in like 1921. According to the story I read on Google, the owners were in debt by like $800,000. And in order to get out of the debt, they began selling lottery tickets, which I guess was illegal. And so the guy that ended up winning the winning lottery ticket didn't get the hotel. Instead, he got a consolation prize of like $68,000, which is nothing to sneeze at because in today's dollars, that would have been $1 million. Anyways, moving right along, in typical Wisconsin fashion, you've got a John Deere on Main Street. If you look on the side of the old farm store building, you can see this add-on here, which has a really cool mural, which is unfortunately peeling off. And when you get done looking at the mural over there, you can look at the mural over here. Besides the cool old buildings here in Chippewa Falls, you've got all these old bicycles decorating the downtown. Anybody want to go for a spin? Maybe not. I don't think we'll get very far with those tires. Across the street from the pink bicycle, we've got the Northwestern Bank building, established in 1990. Really? Kitty corner from the newer bank building is this. The Union Block building, built in 1885. Prior to that, at that site stood the Cobb Opera House, which unfortunately burned down in 1884. And then next to the Union Block building stands the original First National Bank building. Obviously no longer a bank, it now houses a jeweler. As you can see, Chippewa Falls has a lot of cool old buildings in its downtown. As much as I'd like to look at each and every one, unfortunately, time is of the essence. But before we say goodbye to Chippewa Falls, there's a couple more things I want to show you real quick here. Like this bridge. It's the Marsh Rainbow Arch Bridge, built in 1916, and it's the only one still in existence in Wisconsin today. And if that wasn't enough, there's spray painted on this bridge a reminder to be nice to people in Chippewa Falls. The third to the last thing I want to show you here in Chippewa Falls is the oldest commercial building. Built circa 1859 by Peter Moray, it was originally used as a saloon and boarding house for lumberjacks. Now it houses Glitz and Glam and Joseph's Cheesecake Cupcakes. The second to last place I'm going to show you is rather interesting. Formerly known as a shoe factory, built in 1910, you can now rent an apartment overlooking the Chippewa River. And for our final destination, as promised, the Leinenkugel's Brewing Company. For all you Leine lovers, this is where the magic happens. All right, well, I gotta skidoo. I am actually parked in the employee parking. Shh, don't tell anybody. If you enjoyed the vid, make sure you give it a big old thumbs up. They are free. If you haven't subscribed already, what are you waiting for? Hit the subscribe button, ring that little bell notification so you don't miss out on any future adventures. As always, leave a comment in the comment section below. I'd love to hear from you. And if you could do me a favor, share this vid on your social media. The more you share, the more you give likes, the more YouTube knows that you like my vids, the more they get put out there. Until next time, this is Sightseeing Sally.
Special thanks goes out to all our fellow sightseers here on Patreon and PayPal. Without you, these videos wouldn't be possible.